I have to talk about facts because I think it's important.
We are here to talk about facts, people. The Champions League quarterfinal recap live stream is here. And what a week we had, people. In a weekend where people were talking about football is dead. Where's the individual brilliance? Where's the great games? We saw great games, people. We saw PSG and Barcelona absolutely dominate Dortmund and Aston Villa. We're going to talk about those two games from yesterday. And on Tuesday, Arsenal versus Manchester United. Arsenal versus Real Madrid. Yeah, this is what happened.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It got out of hand quickly. Arsenal destroyed Real Madrid. Declan Rice, bend it like rice now is the main hashtag of the world. And Arsenal, they got 1 foot into the semifinal of a UCL for the first time since 2009? I want to say, 2009 was the last time Arsenal were in the semifinal when Ronaldo did that crazy free kick. And then Inter, I was going to say destroy. Inter beat then Bayern Munich away from home. We're going to talk about all 4 games here. I should be joined by a guest very soon. He's obviously working. We'll be joined by a guest very soon. But we're going to talk about all the 4 games. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you're watching a replay, who was the MVP of the week? And everybody in the chat right now, you got to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. What was the best goal this week? Was it Declan Rice's second free kick goal? First free kick goal? Was it Kvara's goal? Was it Desiree Doué's goal? What about Inter's first goal? Could you give a shout out for any of the Barcelona goals? Let me know your goal of the week right now in the chat or if you're watching on replay. And don't worry, there'll be timestamps for all of the segments. Big up to Mustafa. Big up to Curtis as well. Big up to Zane. Big up Zaire. Vamos, Mike. Vamos, vamos. And big up to Jeff for the kind donation. This guy, man. One side, I think you guys can go with that. The other side, Jeff, I bet yours is just, your side is definitely the left side going on right now. Because Jeff is going, although Jeff, I did see Club America. You guys lost to Cruz Azul? Really? You lost to Cruz Azul? Come on, man. You can't do that, Jeff, if you're Club America. But thank you very much for the kind donation. Really appreciate it. Jeff, big up to Mustafa, Kvaratskhelia goal, and Lautaro's goal. Well, we're going to talk about all the 4 games here. Most important thing is to hit the like button as you enter into the stream. And let's talk about the games, people. Bayern Munich lose at home 2-1. The sad thing for this matchup was when Bayern Munich just got all those injuries with the Davis going down injured, Upamecano, then obviously Musiala going down with a hamstring injury. He's out for 8 weeks. I just thought, this is not going to be good for Bayern Munich because they need that sort of creative number 10 to fit with the Olise, with Harry Kane, and help with the Kimmich and Goretzka. Because then you saw Rafael Guerreiro playing that 10 role. And I think he did his best to his capabilities, even though he's been playing as a fullback for his entire career. Rafael Guerreiro did well, but he's not Jamal Musiala. He isn't. But the one thing Bayern Munich didn't do well in this game, defend in transition. And you know one thing with Inter, they attack so well with space. They can beat a press with Çalhanoğlu, Acerbi, Pavard, obviously Barella to Mkhitaryan. These players can beat a press like nothing. It's so easy for them. They're so comfortable on the ball. They know the passing lanes. They're just Inter are so good in possession that if you're Bayern Munich, you got to defend well as a unit. First goal, I think that's just purely on Inter's quality. That was pure. The second goal that Inter scored, Bayern Munich are just defensively naive. First is Sasha Bowie, Goretzka, and Stanisic. All 3 of those players are capable of that goal. Even though Goretzka, he was yelling at Sasha Bowie. I'm like, Goretzka, do your job. What is Goretzka yelling at Sasha Bowie? Sasha Bowie had to sort of press up front into the midfield, and yet you leave in all the space. Goretzka, Stanisic, I think they did poorly in there. Bayern Munich, Harry Kane, he had that one chance. Harry Kane had that chance, people. Now, I think it could have been a handball in the build-up, so if the goal went in, it probably would have been ruled out. I just believe Harry Kane should still bury that. It doesn't matter whether it's offside or not. Harry Kane, these are the moments that Bayern Munich brought you in. Not for the Bundesliga title. No. it's for these Champions League moments. Harry Kane had a good opportunity in the first half. He had a half chance in the second half. Jan Sommer made a good save. That was straight after. You knew Thomas Muller was going to score, people. As soon as Thomas Muller entered the field, I was like, it's written in the destiny that he was going to get his moment with Bayern Munich after announcing that this will be his final season at the club, being more than, 20 years at Bayern Munich. But then, Fratesi. What a moment for Fratesi, by the way, because his grandmother passed away, and obviously condolences to the entire Fratesi family. His grandmother passes on the same day he gets the game winner here. There was even a tweet out there that Goran Pandev scored almost in the exact minute, people, the exact minute, the exact second as Fratesi's winner. Inter just love playing against Bayern Munich away from home. Well, in general, really. Except for that one Champions League moment. I'm trying to remember the last time these two teams played against each other in the Champions League. I think overall this game could have been 1-1. I think that would have been a fair result on Bayern Munich. But you got the chances. You can complain about the injuries. And of course, when you're missing Musiala, Upamecano, and Davies, and Stanisic having to play left back, it's going to hamper the team. But you still created good enough opportunities. Olise had 2 good chances in that first half. Couldn't bury it. And I don't think this tie is over. I think this is still like 60-40 for Inter. But because there's no away goals, Bayern are still in this matchup. They just need their star players to shine. They need Olise to shine. They need Harry Kane to shine. Leroy Sané, I mean, yeah. The less said, the better, because, yes, he's going to always have quality, but his decision-making on the ball, his ability on the ball against Inter was pretty poor, and that kind of cost Bayern Munich at the edge of the box for multiple. I really thought Bayern Munich played vastly well in that first half. Combination play was really well. Pressing was working. They just couldn't execute that final decision, and obviously missing some good opportunities. But the second half, Inter just showed, guys, we're going to just sit back and defend. Try and break us down. And Bishek, you could say he's culpable for that goal that Thomas Muller scored because he didn't press out wide to Conor Leimer. I think that's just more good cross from Conor Leimer and a great finish from Thomas Muller, even though he's wide open at the back post. This is not over, though, people. Put a 1 if you think this tie is over, and put a 2 if you think Bayern can still do this. I think Bayern still got a chance here, but they're going to need their star players to really shine on the day. And I think for Inter, it just highlights more and more to me why I think this team can win the Champions League. Good cup team, Inzaghi. How he's such a good manager, people. Just knows when his team should be on the front foot, when they should sit back. Simone Inzaghi, one of the best managers in the world, because he has an identity with this team. But also, you got to say to this team, they're all good on the ball. Mkhitaryan, Barella, by the way, was outstanding in this game. So was Bastoni, deservedly won the man of the match from the Champions League, from the UEFA. Bastoni was unbelievable. How he doesn't get the... people want to praise Saliba, Gabriel, Kubarsi, Inigo Martinez, Pacho, you can name it. Bastoni is the second best center back in the world. He is. Why can we? He's Italian. First off, he's Italian, so he should be getting the highest praise possible as a defender. But Bastoni's ability on the ball and to beat a press. Did you see how he beat, I think it was Conor Leimer for that first goal that Inter scored? Bastoni just easily ran past him. And this guy's like, 6'4", 6'5"? One of the best signings Inter have done in this century. Really, they bought him, I think it was 30 million, I want to say, from Atalanta when he was at Atalanta. But Bastoni... He's just such a good defender, man. He's only 25 years old. We still get to see maybe 5 to 8 years of his prime, hopefully, at a World Cup, and more Euros, and more long appearances in the Champions League, because Bastoni, that's a defender right there, people. And a complete footballer for me. So Bastoni was key, and overall, Jan Sommer, he just loves to torment Bayern Munich, doesn't he, people? First with Borussia Mönchengladbach, then now at Inter, and he's about to demise Bayern. I don't think Bayern are out of this tie, but it's really going to take a, not really monumental, but it's going to take a heroic effort at the San Siro, because Inter are a very good side at home, and it's just about the Harry Kanes. That's where you got to look at Olise and saying, Olise, can you really shine here? Olise's had a very good debut season with Bayern Munich, but now Olise's got to take that next step in. I don't think Bayern Munich played terrible. I really don't. I don't think you can have criticism for Vincent Kompany. Maybe you could talk about like the defensive setup for Bayern Munich, but I think they played well, Bayern. It's just that Inter are a quality team, really quality team. Big up Ahmed. He says Barca Inter semifinal. I think Barca beat them. Their attack will be too much for them. Big up C Pops. Two strong teams. Don't rule out Bayern. It's not really predictable. Yeah, I do fully agree with that. Inter stronger, but also Inter also beat Bayern, create more chances. Don't be so hard on Kane. Everyone misses in some moments, even the very best. He's not a robot low. No, I do agree, C Pops, but you also got to understand that this is Harry Kane we're talking about here. This is not Nico Jackson. This is not Darwin Núñez. Harry Kane is the elite. When you go to Harrods in London, are you going to buy the best product possible? Yes, you are. And you're going to pay top money for it. Or in America, if you go to Whole Foods, you're going to get some organic stuff from the locals farmer market, and it's going to be one of the best quality tomatoes, onions, potatoes possible. Whereas you don't want to get a Walmart quality, a Target quality striker. Harry Kane is a Whole Foods quality striker, but he has to show it. And I don't want to be hard on him because I will always try and defend Harry Kane, but those are the moments you got to score. It's not like, oh, it was a great opportunity from him. He beat 4 or 5 guys. He was wide open. Inter, not only the best coach side, most intelligent side, also can play all styles in 90 minutes. Agreed. When Rice scored the first free kick, I was like, no way. I was shook. Yeah, we'll talk about that. The tie is still open. Agreed with that. Yeah, I do. I would probably give this tie right now is like 60-40 for Inter. 60-40 for Inter because there's only one goal in it, but just that home factor. Bayern are going to have to leave even more space in behind. They don't get any players back. Musiala, Upamecano, Davis, they're all out. So I think Hiroki Ito would have been so good in the left back position. I think Stanisic is better than Konrad Laimer. I don't know. Konrad Laimer just got beat too easily on that first goal for me. He got way too easily beat. Being an Italian makes no difference. That is utterly ridiculous. Well, for center backs, yeah, it does. You tell me, the 2 best center backs in the history of football are both Italian. Am I lying? I don't think I am. He's also the best center back to watch. He's so good on the ball. Agreed. Yeah, I thought Bayern were pretty good. I thought they were pretty good there. Michael, I think what Rice did against Madrid put the fear of God in them. I don't think I've ever seen them that shook when they lose. How many times? We'll talk about that. If Kane wants to win the UCL, he has to be ruthless. Look, CPAPs, I understand you want to try and defend Harry Kane, and I will try and defend him as much as I can. But those are the sort of moments you have to bury it. It's not like 30 yards out and he barely missed the net. Harry Kane is 5 yards out from the goal. 5 yards out. Great pass from Olise to give the space to Harry Kane. Harry Kane, top right corner. Now it hits the post. Unfortunate for Harry Kane. Those are the moments. That's the Champions League for you people. Those little small margins that can define the winner to the loser. It sucks. It sucks for Harry Kane. In Madrid or series, they go all out for Barella. We'll talk about that. I don't think he's a choker, but he's just going to be one of those players where you just see those little fine margins. You know what? Harry Kane is going to go down like Zlatan. Zlatan never made it to a Champions League final, people. Harry Kane's only made it to 1 Champions League final, in a final where he really shouldn't have played because he was... See, now people are going to rewatch this and think I'm a Harry Kane hit. Bro, Harry Kane is a top 5 striker in this world. So if I see a top 5 striker, same thing as an Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo, who we're going to talk about next, I expect them to play like top 5 players in their position. Yeah, well, Zlatan obviously has 29 trophies. True, but Zlatan is just missing that Champions League, though. That's the one thing that he always missed in his career, and he doesn't have the greatest record in the Champions League. Like league form, I mean, the dude was destroying league, MLS, Serie A, obviously La Liga for 1 season. Just that Champions League always evaded him. Kane scored, you would have said you just knew he would score. You changed your tune too easily. No, I would say that Harry Kane has shown up, and now he can silence the critics. Because if Harry Kane scored, it would be like, that's his job. Whereas I would come out here and say, no, Harry Kane, this is the level he's at. And now he's showing it over and over again. Just isn't clinical in those big games, but he absolutely should sweep the Bundesliga at least. Yeah, he will. They will win the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich. But overall, Inter only got a 1-goal lead, and they should be fine for that second leg. But anything's possible, people. And that's the tie that everybody's going to tune into for the second leg, because it's only 1-goal margin. And we know Bayern Munich are still a very good team. They just got to be more clinical. And Inter, they can just play the same game. All they have to do is just sit back and counterattack. And that's something that they're very good at, are Inter Milan. Let's go to the next game, people. Arsenal. Oh man. This just turned into where is this is what happened. This is what happened to Real Madrid. Yeah, I was not expecting this, and I don't think many people were expecting this result here. Maybe you could have expected like a 1-goal win for Arsenal, considering how just poor Real Madrid have been lately. Not really in the attack, but defensively. If you're giving up 4 goals to Real Sociedad, you're in big trouble. Very big trouble. But I was not expecting 3-0. This is one of Arsenal's biggest results in Europe in their history. Of course, they made it to the Champions League final. Of course, they beat Barcelona when Arshavin scored that late goal. What was it, 2-1? I can't remember what year was that. Was that 11-12 or 10-11? One of those 2 years. I remember Arshavin scored that second goal to win it against a very, very good Barcelona team. But this right here is even more, like, take away what Real Madrid have been doing this season, which is very inconsistent, but just the name, the players they have. Arsenal demolished them with no Gabriel, with no striker. Freaking Mikel Merino scored a ridiculous goal. First time finish, like, that was a better finish than Havertz has done. Let's be like, Mikel Merino, maybe he's developed. Do Arsenal need a striker? That's a discussion for another day. I think this was totally demolition from Arteta. He knew exactly how to play against Real Madrid. Just basically saying to Real Madrid, okay, you come and press. You come and press. But we know Real Madrid have no pressing scheme in their arsenal. You look at the way Vinny and Mbappe and Rodrigo just press, the amount of space they just leave in the midfield. Because Bellingham is on like that left-hand side of the midfield, and he's just trying to press on to Timber or whether it's Odegaard, one of those players. So then in the midfield, I mean, Rice and Partey, they had all day to just pick out a pass, beat the press, and then they would go down the wing with either Lewis Skelly or Saka. I think Arsenal did a brilliant job of beating the press. And then 2, Saka was on one. Saka showed why he is a quality footballer. I will never doubt his quality because, you know, people can be critical of Bukayo Saka. That guy has shown up in big moments. I will not forget what he did for England against Switzerland. When he did that against Switzerland, I said, no, Saka is that guy. Because when the going gets tough and you need that individual brilliance, Saka showed it. And he was really good in the day. He should have gotten a couple assists during the matchup. Where did Real Madrid get this wrong? You could say the lineup, but I don't think Carlo had any other choice, people. There's no Ceballos, no Tchouameni. We all know Vasquez is a liability in the right back position. So he had to play Valverde out wide in the right back position. He just had to because Vasquez over and over again the last couple of weeks has been getting caught out of position and just balls over the top down his channel. He can't defend it. He cannot defend in one-on-one situations. So he had to play a Camavinga and Modric midfield. And that's the best he could have done. Maybe Tchouameni was a bigger miss because of his defensive abilities, but it wasn't good enough for me. You know what's the thing for Real Madrid? They just don't look like a cohesive unit. There's no fight about them. They're just all there and just saying, oh, okay, we're here. We're going to show up. We're going to try and just play our football. We'll see if it works. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. But we can't forget that in the first half, Bellingham played a beautiful through ball into Mbappe. When Mbappe's on that left-hand channel, I expect him to score. You expect him to score. And he shot it straight at Raya. What happens after that? They don't create any, like, Real Madrid created nothing after that moment. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, there was that Mbappe chance in the second half, but it was well defended by Saliba, I thought. And once those situations happened, yeah, we know what happened after that, people. I mean, let's just look at this. I mean, look at this, people. This is utterly ridiculous from Declan Rice. Look at this finish, people. How? Wait, there we go. That's better. How? The fact that he got that around, I don't want to hear people say, oh, the wall is poorly placed, all this and that. This is a legit, legit finish right here from Declan Rice. I mean, the way, the whip and the pace to get it around the wall and to beat Courtois in Net? Take a bow, Declan Rice. What a free kick that was. The second one, though, was even better. Even better from Declan Rice. Let's just see. Oh, give me a second, people here. Oh, no, never mind. Let's just get the second one up here because the second one was even better. I think this is top notch here from Declan Rice. Where is it? I mean, how? The second one is even better. That is like the literal definition of top bins. You know how in England they say top bins? I have never seen Declan Rice score a free kick goal. Unless some West Ham fan can tell me in the chat right now, I have never seen Declan Rice do this. This is why whoever that Arsenal set piece coach is, bro, just sit down and let Declan Rice take the free kicks. None of this, let's just cross it to the back post and let's see what happens. No. Just say, Declan, you take the shot. Now the Real Madrid players are going to be scared to give up a free kick at the edge of the box because they're like, oh, that Declan Rice guy, he can hit one. I'm just trying to think of better free kicks this year. I think that's the best free kick this season. Really is. Because there's a thing about beating Courtois on his side, because obviously his starting position was on that side, but the pace and the accuracy, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I think there was a stat that I think it's only 2 players have scored free kick goals in the same game. I think it's Declan Rice and Juninho, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's only those 2 players. I don't think Messi's never done it. Cristiano's never done it. Ronaldinho's never done it. So I think it's only Declan Rice and Juninho from Lyon. Those are the only 2 players. Unless there's somebody else, you guys can let me know in the chat. Well, wow. I mean, Declan Rice, take a bow. Neymar against Cervana Zvezda in 2018. Yeah. I was thinking maybe knockout stages. Maybe that's where I saw the stat. Maybe it was knockout stages. Wow. Unbelievable for Declan Rice. And then the third goal, because Arsenal just knew. This is the best thing about Arteta, right? He can definitely get some criticism for the way Arsenal have been playing for the last couple of years. You know, in these big moments where they're a little bit shy, they're a little bit afraid of the moment. But so far this season, Man City and Real Madrid, once they smelt the blood, they all turned into sharks and they went for the kill. They said, okay, we know Real Madrid are vulnerable. Let's get another one. And let's get another one. Stunning performance from Arsenal. Stunning. They didn't give Real Madrid anything. Obviously, Real Madrid are going to get those 1 or 2 chances. But overall, Saliba, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, Timber, the 4 defenders, 10 out of 10 performances. I thought they were all magnificent, especially Timber. The job he did on Vinny, one of the best we could see this season. So, yeah, look, you could say that. Sorry, but Arsenal's so dull to watch. You could definitely say that. You can definitely say that Arsenal have been dull in moments this year. But yet in the Champions League, in this game specifically, they were not dull. I didn't think Arsenal were dull. Arsenal they played quick. You saw Martinelli getting on one-on-one situations and beating Valverde. Saka, he saw David Alaba and said barbecue chicken. This is barbecue chicken. I'm going to cook him. I'm going to get my Nando sauce. I'm going to do all the tricks. And Saka was really good. Because this thing for Arsenal is, against like an Everton or let's say Southampton, they play too slow. If Arsenal play with pace, they're a dangerous team. Really dangerous team. Excuse me. As you guys can tell, I'm pretty sick. I think I got COVID, or I don't know what it is. Maybe I got Real Madrid-itis. Maybe I got Ancelotti-itis because Arsenal were phenomenal. They deservedly go 3-0 up heading to Madrid. Now, my question for you people is, put a 1 if you think this is over. Put a 1 if you think it's over. Put a 2 if you give a slight favorable advantage for Real Madrid because it's the bad. And you maybe think they can do this. Vini, Rodrigo, and Mbappe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give a pass to Mbappe. I don't think he was terrible. I don't think Mbappe was terrible. I'm looking more at Rodrigo and Vinicius and saying, oh, so you brought Brazil to Madrid right now. That's what's going on here. Because what we saw from Vini and Rodrigo, not even just this game, people, the last couple of weeks, it's been getting worse and worse. Rodrigo against Atleti, especially the first leg, was great. One-on-one situations was beating his man. The second leg, Rodrigo was poor. Same thing with Vinny. He missed a penalty. And in this game, their form continued. I love Carlo. He's got to take some blame for this too. Would you say, if you had like a blame meter, people, like a percentage-wise, would you go 50-50, 50% blame on Ancelotti and 50% blame on the players? Or would you say 70 for the players or 70 for Carlo? I want to hear what your thoughts on the comments down below. I think Carlo's got to take most of the blame for this, because when it's just Vinny, you could just say, Vinny, you got to step up. But when it's Vinny, Rodrigo, Antonio Rudiger, I mean, he's selected David Alaba to play in the left back position because he's got experience. I don't think that was right, but you look at the other options. Mendy's down injured. Garcia, not the greatest defensively. He's good going forward, but defensively, he would have probably got cooked by Saka as well. I think Carlo has to take some blame here. And the subs, man, you got to trust Endrick and Arda Güler. You have to just trust him if you're Carlo. He didn't, and look, his pressing ideas were not there. And that's going to be the downfall, I think, of Carlo this season with Real Madrid. If you just say Real Madrid can do this, I say, okay, fair. Based on what we have seen, not just this game, not in the month of March or April, you look at this team entirely throughout this season, they're not a good team, people. They're not. Defensively, they're shambles. Attacking-wise, some games they look phenomenal with the combination play and the what individual brilliance of the players. But in other games, it's just like somebody's got to create some magic here. Like in the Atletico and Real Madrid game, the individual brilliance of Ibrahim Diaz and Rodrigo were the difference makers in that tie. It's going to have to be one of those monumental nights for Real Madrid to overturn this. I really do think so. I think Arsenal perfectly in their hands. We know Arteta. Defensively, he could set up the team very well. Even without Gabriel, he can have Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, double pivot. He can have Lewis Skelly, Kivior, Saliba, and Timber just defending at the edge of the box. Then you're going to have to look at the likes of Bellingham, Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vinny. They're going to have to play all-timers. They got to respond here. Real Madrid, if we know anything, they're not going to go down without a fight. They're not going. I remember there was the tie. Oh, which tie was it? When Lewandowski scored the 4 goals in the first leg, I think it was 12-13 season, and then Real Madrid almost did the comeback against them. I thought, ooh, Real Madrid could be doing this, and they narrowly lost. I think it was only 2-0, and they could have gotten their 3rd goal in that game. Weidenfeller made some incredible saves in that matchup. Look, but there's no Cristiano on this team. There ain't no Cristiano. There ain't no Ozil on this team. You know, they got the good players, the Vinny and Bellingham. They're quality players. But they're no Cristiano and Ozil. But maybe they can change the narrative, because recently Vinny, he's been Why do you guys think that Vinny has been struggling recently? Do you just put it down to tactics? Do you just think it's too much pressure on Vinicius? Why do you think Vinny? Because really, even just his passing. Remember that one situation? I think it was Timber that slipped, or was a bad pass from Thomas Partey, and all Vinny had to do was just playing it in behind into Mbappe. He couldn't do it. Like, overall, Vinny's game has been so poor. It's really been poor recently, and nobody can now say, oh, he's always been a shit player. No, we're not going to do that bull crap here. We're not going to do that sort of. That's just for the Twitter merchants. I think Vinny is just going through a bad patch here, and hopefully he can turn it around for his sake, because ever since he made that comment about, I'm going to be 10 times stronger after losing the Ballon d'Or, you've gotten 10 times worse, Vinny. You've gotten 10 times worse. Let's see if he can turn it around. But Arsenal, phenomenal performance, man. Nobody can hate on this team. People can hate on this team because of their fans, and they're loud. They're like Dallas Cowboys, Toronto Maple Leafs, New York Knicks fans. But Arsenal deservedly get the praise because they were phenomenal. Now they got to finish the business, and Arsenal could be in the semifinal of the UCL after a very, I wouldn't say turbulent season. Maybe you could say underperforming. They've dealt with a lot of injuries. Heck, Arsenal could be in the UCL final this year. That would be some sensational performance, I think, from Arteta's team. All right, let's see what you people are saying here. For me, beating teams is one thing, but the way you do it is different. The type of goals you score matters. It gives you a fear factor. Madrid will never forget this and will respect Arsenal. Yeah, I think Arsenal got a lot of respect around Europe. I think that is for sure. When most of the players don't perform, it's the coach's fault. 70 Ancelotti, 30 players. Yeah, a lot of you going with it's Carlos' fault in this game. Madrid needs a coach who knows how to coach, a press, and have some kind of style play. But the thing for Real Madrid is I've never seen them as a team where they're so coached. They're coached well. It's always about the players for Real Madrid. It's always about the Galactico. It's always about the individual brilliance. It's never been about like a system, right? It's never been about like a Gasperini system or Gegenpressing Klopp system or a Pep Tiki-Taka system. Real Madrid have never been about that. Even under Vicente Del Bosque, it was about the individual players like Raul. Now it's like you want to go away from that idea to a different style. I mean, you could say the same thing about Barcelona. They went away from the tiki-taka more with Hansi Flick style, and it's worked out to their benefit. So maybe Real Madrid kind of need an identity change. You could say that. Yeah, you could definitely say that. Madrid have been dealt a psychological blow. I would agree with that. But Jordan, I know you're an Arsenal fan. Don't get ahead of yourself. That's all I'm going to say. It is Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid at the end of the day. But you got a one. You're close there. Yeah, the attack is unbalanced. 100% it is. It is. Vinny swapped bodies with Anthony. Wow. That could be the case here, you know. I was thinking about that. I was like, did like Anthony take the superpowers from Vinny and then Vinny took the superpowers or non-superpowers from Anthony? Because what's going on here? It's crazy to me. Madrid haven't scored against Arsenal till today. What do you mean, true football? Who you got? Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. All right, everybody. Remember to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let's get up to 50 likes, people. We're only 27 likes. You guys are moving like Carlos tactics. What? You guys are blaming Carlo in the chat here, but the like count is moving like Carlos tactics. Hit the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Because let's talk about the other team in El Clasico. Bernabeu needs to rise to complete the biggest comeback since remontada. Would that be the biggest comeback? No, the biggest comeback since remontada was Liverpool-Barcelona. That's the biggest comeback since then. All right, so Barcelona 4-0 against Dortmund. I'll give a quick minute about Dortmund because this will most likely be the last time I get to talk about Dortmund until next week, and maybe we'll have a bit of a more longer discussion. I think Niko Kovac, he got that completely wrong on how to set up his team. Look, I'm no coach, people. I'm not going to try and be some Twitter tactical out there. No, I'm not. But one thing I would know is if you're Dortmund and the fans and the players, just take a 1-goal loss. That's all you need. Just take a 1-0, 2-1 loss, take it back to Dortmund, and you're a good home side, Dortmund. Obviously, Barcelona beat you earlier this season in the league phase at home, but Dortmund have improved recently. They've gotten some good form in the Bundesliga. They had a very good the weekend. But this game, I mean, defensively, they were all over the place. I mean, I feel bad for Mecha in the midfield because he had Julian Brandt next to him. As a double pivot, really? I know they didn't have any other options on the bench, but that just was, for me, that was just crazy. Then Gittins on the right, Adeyemi on the left. I was like, Gittins is more comfortable on the left side. And you kind of saw that in the second half. He was a bit more comfortable on the ball. I just thought that whole setup in the first half was really, really poor. Now, Dortmund had their chances in that first half. I thought it was a pretty even game. Yeah, you could say Barcelona were the better team in the first half, but Guirassy, I mean, that one chance he had in the first half, he's got to score that. For how good of a striker Guirassy has been this season, he has to bury that chance. He doesn't, and then the second half happens, and then it's just men against boys. Barcelona were phenomenal. Phenomenal in that second half. The ball movement, the passing, the counterattacks, great play from Lamine Yamal. That one cross he plays into the back post towards Rafinha, who heads it back towards Lewandowski. I was like, wow, what a goal there. Then Lewandowski gets another goal from Fermin Lopez. For me, I would probably go with Fermin Lopez was man of the match here. I thought Fermin was outstanding, and he's been outstanding this season in the Champions League over and over again with his performances. Second probably would be, I would probably say Frankie de Jong or Pedri. Yeah, you could say Lamine Yamal, but Fermin was really, really good in this game. And then the fourth goal, a great counterattack, even though Dortmund were really sloppy in possession there. And Lamine Yamal converts it, and I think that's the tie done. This, I would be absolutely stunned and shocked. I'd probably go bald if Dortmund complete this comeback. This is not a Barca team from 2017 to 2019, whether it's under Kiki Setien or Valverde. No, this team right now, they are on lock. Defensively, defensively they're so good. Whether it's with the blocks or the defensive high line, they're so like Araujo, who was subbed into the game, made 2 outstanding blocks in that second half, and you saw him celebrating like he's won the World Cup. Wait, let's calm down. Let's calm down, bro. Calmate, por favor. Yeah, defensively, Barca have improved a lot this season. In the second half, they showcased it, and just a brilliant play of every player on this side. Balde, Kunde, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Fermin Lopez. We even saw Ansu Fati have a cameo. When was the last time we saw Ansu Fati play football? It's been a while here. But Lewandowski, man, he has scored 29 goals against Borussia Dortmund. That is the most goals Lewandowski has scored against any club in his career. And it's the club that really introduced Lewandowski to the footballing world. Lewandowski, you can't do that, bro. You just simply cannot do that if you're Lewandowski. And this tie is over, and Barcelona deservedly should be going to the semifinal. They've been by far the best team in Europe in 2025. At the end of 2024, when they were losing to Leganés and Las Palmas at home, the crazy loss against Atletico when Sorlov hit them with the dagger. You know, you could see Barca were still creating a lot of chances. Defensively, they were pretty poor. Since then, they convert the chances, defensively are better, and they're on a groove right now. They haven't lost a game in 2025. Are they going to do the treble here, people? I would say, though, if Barca go up against Inter, that is going to be a very, very interesting game. Good defense, great defense against a great attack. I would be fascinated to see. So yeah, Dortmund, they were competitive in the first half and they just got outclassed in the second half. Yeah, you could say the missing pieces of like a Pascal Gross, Sabitzer, Nico Schlotterbeck, they were big misses. But come on, they were not going to make a massive difference to this tie. I would say Barca defensively in the first half were all over the place. Like they gave opportunities to Dortmund. They fixed it in the second half. And when you have a brilliant player like a Lamine Yamal, like a Lewandowski, and a shameless stat pattern by the name of Rafinha. Hey, I rate stat padding. Rafinha, you took it to the next level. You didn't have to stat pad like that. Just a simple tap in like that for Rafinha. Come on, man. That was shameless behavior. But I rate it. If you're going to go and try and win the Ballon d'Or, you got to do it by any means possible. And Rafinha, tap and goal. And overall, he gets the assist to Lamine Yamal for that the fourth goal, for Barcelona. So yeah, this tie is over. Maybe Barca, they might rest. I want to really rest some players. Maybe you could see like Rafinha take a rest. Ferran Torres get into the lineup. We could probably see other midfielders. Maybe we could see Araujo start the game next week. But this tie is finito. Barcelona into the semifinal of the Champions League. And right now, they are the favorites, people. They are the favorites for the UCL. As of right now. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Yeah, well, if that does happen, it would be crazy. Being a Barca fan from 2019, 2024 was painful. This season brings back smiles to all Culé fans. Hope we can win the treble. Barca playing weak teams, making them look afar. Bro, come on. See, Paps, I guess you got the hater hat on. Here, you want the hater hat? There you go. There's your hater hat. Barcelona have destroyed Bayern Munich, beaten Dortmund away, destroyed Real Madrid twice this season. What more evidence do you want? This team is unbelievable. They're unbelievable. If Dortmund does that madness, it'll be shocked, but it won't happen. No, it won't happen. Smiling through it all. Can't believe this is my life. Barca fans must be happy with their life right now. They must be happy with their life. Although PSG has only faced out-of-form opponents or basically an English Dortmund, and we'll talk about PSG in a second. PSG faced Bayern and Atletico and Arsenal and lost to all of them. Plus weak City, only Liverpool strong. Barca beat all that teams I mentioned before. I think we got to give credit, though, to PSG. We'll talk about them in a second as well. I think we got to give credit, though, to PSG. My man of the match? I would give to Fermin. I thought Fermin was the man of the match. Because to Matias Escobar, Liverpool was quite out of form when they faced PSG, winning at that time more due to results than anything else. People, you can't be disingenuous to that PSG result. They beat the best team in the Premier League. And for many people, before that tie, they said Liverpool were favorites to win the UCL. So don't be like, oh, out of form Liverpool. No, PSG deservedly beat Liverpool. That's why for me, if you want to do like a power rankings of teams that can win the UCL, 1 is Barca, 2 is PSG, 3 is Inter, 4 is Arsenal, 5 is, oh man, who is 5? Bayern Munich, 6 is Real Madrid, 7 is Aston Villa, 8 is Dortmund. Yeah, there we go. Madrid being crap, big up Patricia, how you doing, bro? Madrid being crap and seeing Barca doing good hurts, man. Ancelotti must pay for all of our suffering. But Patricio, blame Vinny. Blame your players. You guys want to blame Carlo. What about the players, people? What about the players? What about Vinicius, bro? This guy talked about winning the Ballon d'Or. Come on, man. He's not even in the top 20 right now for Ballon d'Or. Yep. I have a funny thing to say. In 2024, from December 7th to 15th, we face Betis, Dortmund, and Leganes. In 2025, oh, wow. That's pretty crazy, actually. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Real Madrid has been changed a lot. If I speak, I mean, do I have that video? Do I have the video? No, I don't, but I have this one.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Got out of hand fast for Vinicius Jr. And then the last game. Big up to everybody who's tuning in. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Did you see the boots Vinny was wearing? Oh, dear God. No, I didn't actually. Send it to me on, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, Jordan, send it to me there. I'll have to check out the boots later. PSG 3-1. Kvara. We are not worthy. We are not worthy of the brilliance of Kvaratskhelia. This is what, like, when people talked about him being a one-season wonder, I'm like, are you smoking crack or something out here? Like, really? Like, smoking, yeah, okay, he doesn't get 10 GA in a season. I don't care. You can see he's a brilliant footballer. When it clicks and when you need it in the biggest moments, he will show. He will show up. Don't you worry about it, people. Oh, wow. I mean, I think Aston Villa did the best they could. I think Unai Emery understood, let's just sit back, counterattack, leave away with a 2-1 result. And I think Unai Emery would have been very pleased. Just take a 2-1 result and say, we're good here. At Villa Park, we'll take the game to PSG. Desiree Doué, he's getting better and better, people. I did say earlier this season, I don't know if I said it on YouTube, but at least I said it on Twitter, that Desiree Doué is a player to watch out for. Now, I didn't think he was going to be this good already. I thought it would take like a season. You know, same thing as Barcola last year. You know, Barcola didn't get a lot of opportunities at PSG. I thought it was going to be the same thing for Desiree Doué. Forget about it. Knockout stages, Desiree Doué has been one of the best players. The ability on the ball, you cannot teach it. That is just God-given talent for Desiree Doué. The goal he scored, mamma mia, que golazo. Que golazo from Desiree Doué. I think Aston Villa did pretty well in the second half, especially. They created opportunities, especially when Kvara scored that outrageous goal. You know, there was opportunities for Morgan Rogers 2 times at the edge of the box where he should be converting it. Obviously, Aston Villa's goal was a brilliant play from Rashford. Actually, John McGinn. John McGinn out wide to Rashford. Rashford plays into Tielemans. Back post towards Rogers. Easy tap in. And Aston Villa, you know, they did the best they could. I don't think anybody can be critical of Aston Villa. Oh, they're just sitting back and parking the bus. No, I think they had to do what they had to do. And if they got that 2-1 result, that second leg at Villa Park would have gotten interesting. Instead, Nuno Mendes gets that crucial third goal. And you saw Luis Enrique's reaction to getting that goal. He knew that's a very important goal. But Kvara's goal, people. I mean, Kvara's goal. Do I even have it here? Do I have it here? I don't have it here. Kvara's goal was stupidly good. The ball roll. Please, if you play football, go try and do that. Go try and do that. Quick speed, one-on-one situation against Axel Disasi. He has to show on his right foot, show on his left foot, back to his right foot. Ball rolls it, studs with his studs to his left foot. The near post finish was outrageous. Outrageous from Kvara. Debo actually did everything perfect, except the shot was just even better. The shot was even better from Kvaratskhelia. Brilliant goal from him. And That's the thing with this PSG side. Since Mbappe has left, they went through their slump, right? We saw in the Champions League, the PSV game, the Girona game, where it took an own goal from Girona to win that matchup. Atletico, you could talk about the Arsenal away. You saw the team wasn't gelling at its finest. And you saw that the front three wasn't the front three that it is right now. I think for the rest of this Champions League season, we're going to see Desiree Doué, we're going to see Kvara, and we're going to see Dembele start. That is going to be the front three. And if you're any team out there, all I have to say is good luck, because the pace they play at, the ability on the ball, it is so difficult to like. You could be one of the best one-on-one defenders in the history of football, but it's just something about when you have the ball at your feet, magic can happen. We saw magic with Kvara. We saw magic with Desiree Doué. And I don't think this tie is over, though. I don't think it's over. Villa Park, that'll be one of the best atmospheres at Villa Park for the past, 4 decades. Like, Aston Villa will know they have to make it a very hostile environment. But PSG, they've dealt with that already this season. Anfield, they went away. They won the game. They won they won on penalties. And that was enough. Oh, could you imagine, though, people, if somehow Aston Villa come back and they force it to go to penalties, Dibu Martinez against Donnarumma will be an all-time classic for who is the best penalty shot stopper in this world. But I think PSG, you could kind of see they were getting frustrated at the end before they got that third goal. They were just taking shots at the edge of the box, which they usually do in their games. They couldn't really find that pass to break the lines. Now in the second leg, they know that Aston Villa are going to leave them space. So that's going to be dangerous with the speed and ball-playing ability of a Dembele, Doué, João Neves, Vitinha's passing. It's just so difficult to play against this PSG team because they got the speed. But I have to say, Unai Emery has to go for it. If you're an Aston Villa fan and if you're Unai Emery, you got to start Watkins up front. You got to probably play Rashford down the left wing, Rodgers, I guess, on the right side, and Marcos Asensio in the 10 role. I think that's what you got to do here. Yeah, I could definitely see this. Aston Villa can win PSG 4-1 like Newcastle did in the group stage. I could definitely, I want to say 4-1, but I could probably see it being like a 2-1, 3-1. I think people are sleeping on Aston Villa as well. Because PSG, they're a brilliant team. There's no doubt about it. Because we know the ability, and I think Villa fans were like, oh, everybody's hyping up this PSG team. What's all the hype about? You know? It's like going to Chick-fil-A for the first time, people. People are like, why are we hyping up a chicken with fried chicken and just a pickle on it? Then you take a bite and you're like, damn, the bun is good. It's got all the butter in the world. Then you taste a bite of the fried chicken. You're like, shit, this is actually pretty good. Then you get the pickle to bring the acidity into the meal. And you're like, okay, I understand now. Now, after 10 times eating Chick-fil-A, you're like, okay, it's boring. But when you get it that first time, it's an orgasm. And PSG are giving orgasm to football fans with the way they're playing the football at the moment. I still think Aston Villa can do this. Next second leg. I think if Villa get an early goal, it gets interesting. It gets interesting because we saw, in the second half between PSG and Liverpool, like Liverpool hit the post twice, clearance off the line from Pacho. It's not like Liverpool played poorly. It's not like Liverpool didn't create chances. PSG, I wouldn't say got lucky, but they definitely felt the adversity. But let's see, man. Let's see what happens in that second leg. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Dembele's performance went under the radar, was class again, in my opinion. I thought he was really good. Couple of times he was a little bit sloppy on the ball, I thought, Rugu, but overall, I think that was another good performance from Dembele, man. So he's been unbelievable 2025. Crazy how all PSG wingers are speed demons with a lot of technical quality. Man, it's not fair. It ain't fair. Life ain't fair, bro. Life ain't fair. Breaking ankles. Oof. I don't see it happening. PSG are too good right now. Yeah, could probably see it. The only bad thing about PSG is their finishing, which can be a little bit suspect at times outside of their wonder goals. Yeah, that's the thing. Even though PSG scored 3 goals, 2 of them were absolutely just phenomenal goals. The third goal, though, class. You saw the run from Nuno Mendes, the pass from Dembele. That's the thing, though, Matias, is that Aston Villa, we're not going to give them space in behind. Aston Villa just knew, if we can just eliminate the balls in behind, we're going to be fine here. And it's just going to be about, okay, PSG, break us down with just some pure class. PSG did that with the pure class. Now Villa are going to leave space in the second leg, and that could spell trouble. I could definitely spell trouble here. If Villa doesn't madness for fair effing play, but Villa, in my opinion, has to rotate on Saturday, like fully rotate, and PSG doesn't have a game on the weekend. Wait, PSG don't have a game this weekend? Are we real? Seriously, PSG don't have a game? Fair play to the league. They're like, nah, you guys got to do this for us. Respect the league. Yeah, they don't have a game this weekend. Wow, And who do Aston Villa play this weekend? Let me check here. Aston Villa play Southampton. Yeah, okay. Rotate everybody. Rotate everybody. Rotate everybody. I think PSG's youth could be their flaw in winning this competition. They do seem a little overzealous and lack composure at times, but they're a top quality team. It's a young team, bro. You know, I'm going to ask you guys a brilliant question here. You let me know in the chat. Who is better, this PSG team or Ajax 2019? Stylistically, PSG are how I want Portugal national team to play. Hey, you're going to have to pray for that, buddy. Villa and Bayern can come back. Madrid, it's unlikely. Dortmund are finished. Yep. Yep. In my opinion, Liverpool that day in the second leg did cause PSG issues. Yes. They were at home, so I think Villa could cause problems at home leg. That's why I don't think this tie is over. Only striker that could help PSG maintain fluidity while being clinical is Isak, in my opinion. I just think Luis Enrique is like, nah, man. I want to bring this back to Fabregas false nine, Euro 2012 Spain. We're not playing with the striker. We're playing with a false nine here. False nine, and it's going to be our benefit. And that's why I love it. We're seeing various styles. Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona, striker. Elite front three. Elite midfield, very good defense. Inter, old school, two-striker formation. Arsenal, very good defensively and very good midfield. The attack could still be lacking at times. We have so many various styles in this Champions League. That's why it's the best competition, people. That's why it's the best competition. I'm not going to watch the Conference League today. I'll be watching the Europa League, people. So stay tuned. I might be getting a recap of the Europa League tomorrow. PSG. Wow, you guys are really going all PSG. Wow. You guys are disrespecting a little bit that Ajax team. Or am I going crazy here? Because, you know, I would say that Ajax. I love Ajax. I do love Ajax. Come on, man. I do love Ajax. So maybe I'm just a simp for Ajax, but I do love it. Excuse me, people. Mike, I see Arsenal scoring at the Bernabeu. If they score first, it's adios. Oh no, listo. If Arsenal scored the first goal, adios hinchas de Madrid. Adios hinchas de Madrid. It's done. Pick up Theater of Clowns, New Trafford. Wow. With the hello, Mike. I love your inputs. Just hope Anthony and Betis dunk on Chelsea and HH. Shout out to you. Nah, well, they're not playing yet each other. Could be the final, though. Could be fun. Hey, man. Is Lega Vorsa going to do a craziness? PSG versus Arsenal or Madrid. Most likely Arsenal would be fireworks. The Ajax team did bottle it to Spurs. I get it, though. I do feel it. Don't get me wrong. I like that Ajax team, but this PSG team is good, too. Okay, so let's say then if PSG bottle it in the semifinal to a similar matter that Ajax did, would you guys... Do not forget what Ajax did, people. They destroyed Real Madrid 4-1 in the Santiago Bernabeu after Madrid did a three-peat. Now, granted, it was no Zidane. Don't forget about... What did Ajax do in that quarterfinal against Juventus? They beat Cristiano's Juventus. When everybody said Juventus are winning the Champions League, they're doing it. They got Cristiano. They're doing it. Ajax said, cool, watch this. Delete, header, boom. Come on, man. Ajax were a phenomenal team. It's just that... Fucking Onana. Onana. Hey, fair play to Lucas Moura, though. Imagine the scenes if/when Saka replicates Thierry's Henry's goal. This PSG team would destroy Madrid, bro. They both would, man. They both would. That Ajax team was phenomenal, too. Who was your man of the match in the game? PSG Aston Villa? Come on, man. Is that even a question? Kvaratskhelia, people. Kvaratskhelia. All right, let me just ask you guys. Oh, yeah, of course he was. Do you remember that dunk, what he was doing on that second goal for Tottenham? Go, please, rewatch that game, people. Onana is culpable for at least 2 of those goals. And he should have saved that last goal against don't get me started here, people. This PSG team remind me of 2014 San Antonio Spurs with their teamwork play. Wow. Man's going back to Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan. Oh, my God. Who is the... Actually... Who was in the starting? I'm going to have to recheck that. Who was their small forward? Was it Boris Diaw in that small forward? Oh, yeah. Patty Mills was in that team. Marco Bellinelli. Oof. Danny Green. I remember Danny Green just hitting all the threes and Kawhi Leonard. Forgot about Kawhi. Damn. You know, Kawhi's just been passed around like he's a blunt. That I only think about Kawhi with Toronto Raptors. I totally forgot he was with the San Antonio Spurs. Really, I honestly totally forgot it. Not Harden. Come on now. Not Harden. Ziyech was a baller. Ziyech, Lasse Schön, De Ligt, Frankie de Jong. Don't disrespect that Ajax team. I'm gonna get heated. That fire, bro. Was it? Did they sweep the? They didn't sweep the Heat, right? Where's the wait here? Nah, it was okay. 5 games. Yeah. Did Danny Green hit like 7 threes in one game, or was that the season before? I can't remember which one it was. Which is your most valuable? Probably this one. This one, man. It has to be this. Well, there we go. Come on, man. The GOAT, man. The GOAT footballer right there. Yeah, guys, I might have to do like if you guys want to see, I can show you guys my shirt collection. I got probably, I want to say about maybe 40 to 50 shirts. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Let me know your thoughts. How many shirts do you guys have? It can just be of every team, right? You can just, not just of your own team. Danny Green is a close family friend to me. He's a great guy. No, shit. That's cool for you, man. Nice. Hey, man, if you ever see Danny Green, just say one of the best 3-point shooters I've ever seen. Him, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. Yeah, those would probably be the best for me. The guys, by the way, this is on a basketball channel. My Denver Nuggets. Oh my god, my Denver Nuggets. Kroenke's out. What did the Arsenal fans? We won. Kroenke's out. We won. Kroenke's out. I'm gonna start doing that Denver Nuggets games, I think. Do you think Arsenal will get any dead ball chances in the Bernabeu? Yeah, they could probably get some. I think they will. Fun facts about Barcelona that I just found out. Tech is in top 4 Barcelona players with unbeaten streaks. Tech. Are you talking about Hansi Flick? Tech. Behind Cruyff, Paulinho, Fabregas. Okay, I'm confused, Matias. I'm confused. Steph, yeah, fair play. I forgot about Steph. Oh, man. I was just thinking of retired players, you know? Shout out to the Kroenkes. Definitely not shout out to the Kroenkes. Screw the Kroenkes, bro. Screw the Kroenkes. You guys, Milusi, you got 0 shirts, my guy. You got 0 shirts. Hopefully when it's the next giveaway on this channel, you win it, because 0 football shirts. Damn. Not just like one of your favorite team. Of course, he's the greatest Finnish player ever. Don't be an insult. No. We're not insulting on this channel right now. Yeah. By the way, guys, if you don't know what's going on here, I'll just have to show it. Nice that we end this stream like this way. Kind of just talk about it. You talk about Wojciech Szczesny. Gotcha. Oh, I can imagine. Milan Baros shirts. Yeah, Milan Baros, man. I really need to get like I don't even want to get. I probably need to get like a Jersey Dudek shirt from the 04-05 season for Liverpool. I might have to do that. If you guys haven't seen this, let me just show this. This is what Lazio are going in today. Hey, all I have to say for Lazio is good luck. Wait, let me show this. So Lazio, by the way, people are traveling away to Norway to play against Bodo Glimt. This is the conditions in Norway. Nah, screw that. That is, oh my god. That is. Oh. Wait, my man's got a Jeremy Menes AC Milan. Why you got a Banta era shirt? A Banta era shirt? Really? Hey, bro, I've played in minus 15 Celsius. Minus 15 Celsius. It's horrible. Very good. They've been the best team in Europe since his hiring. So, yeah, can't say anything else. All right, I think that's a good way to wrap it up, people, because soon the Europa League games will be started. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Who for you was the MVP of this week? And also, excuse me, what was the best goal scored this week? Was it Rice's second or first free kick? Was it Kivala's goal? Desiree Doué's goal? Was it Inter's first goal with Lautaro's ridiculous Trivela finish? Ridiculous. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Remember to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And we'll be back for more content later this week. And of course, we return next week with the Champions League. Are we in store for more madness next week? Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time, adios.